Zaytun is, or rather it was, a small village in Gaza before it was shelled and destroyed by Israeli forces. That much we knew, but now we have more detail, and all of it is deeply disturbing. What has not been erased here are the startling accounts of what happened from dawn on January the 4th. Wherever you turn, there are children clearly traumatized. That is the first clue. And everyone has a nearly identical story of Israeli troops shooting civilians, shelling homes, and denying the wounded access to medical care. Abdullah Samouni is 9. Israeli troops stormed the home at 6 a.m. on the 4th. He says he watched with his own eyes the execution of his father. He was surrendering like this, said Abdullah. My father came out and they shot him right away, over here. Next, he says, the soldiers sprayed bullets into this room, killing his 4-year-old brother. Next door is the house where the extended Samouni family were sheltering. Dozens died when it was shelled. Also inside at that moment was Almaza and her brother Ahmed. He was trapped for days among the dead and the dying. My mother was dead beside me, he said. She was clutching my brother Nasser, and they were dead. My brother Itzhak was bleeding for 2 days, and then he died. My brother Ismail bled to death in 1 day. My uncle Talal was bleeding for 2 hours, and he died. God bless them. The Israelis stand accused of stopping ambulances from reaching the scene. In the ruins, a psychiatrist from Jordan was trying to counsel the children.
It's a massacre. They collected them from their houses. They knew that they were civilians, they were children.
But were Hamas gunmen, as is possible, in the area?
Suppose that there is one of the fighters around. What is it to do with all this? Is the price to kill the family as a whole? Is this baby carrying a machine gun?
And in the graffiti, Israeli troops left calling cards full of malice. Arabs need to die, reads this one. This woman says her 15-year-old son was shot dead while carrying a white flag. She tried to stitch his wounds with her own needle and thread. I was not here on the 4th and 5th of January, so I cannot independently verify these accounts. But from everything that I am seeing and hearing, in particular the consistency of the testimony, well, at a minimum, in my view, there needs to be a formal war crimes investigation. The question is whether Abdullah, Almaza and Ahmed and everyone else here are lying. Or are they telling a terrible truth? Robert Moore, ITV News in Zaytun in the Gaza Strip.